Hello there, my fellow men and women of culture. It is Decals here, and we're on another episode of Best to Press. If you've been following me for the past few weeks, I've been doing a lot of shorts on Warhammer 40k, including on this episode, we're going to do a coverage on the painting of 40k miniatures. That is the hero that come from the 10th edition Warhammer 40k starter set, the Captain in Terminator armor. As you already know, that the Terminator armor are only allowed to be done by the first company, and we're not going to do a regular painting because we're going to paint it in the theme of the Blood Angel chapters. The first company of the Blood Angels, the Archangels, are led by the Erinos Carline. There's a lot of difference in the heraldry and design between this miniature and the actual Erinos, but we'll do just to follow the as close possible theme as the Archangel itself. Right now in front of me is the disassembled part of the miniatures, which will be done painting in this disassemble because there's a lot of concealed part, especially on the inner side of the cloak and the back side of the lower body. So without further ado, let's just do the work. So for the first step, we're going to color the base of the minis, and to do that we will use Astro Granite Technical as to cover the outer side of the bases, because for the inner area it will be later there's another base that will be placed here, so we'll just cover the outer area. And another Astro Granite Technical for the ground texture on this area. And next we will use red bone base to color the corpse of the Tyranids. But for the carapace, we will later use Naked Knight. For the flesh, we will use this red bone, and then later provide it with another layer and washes to give a more darker texture, a more purple texture. Now for the detail of the bases, there's a biological root all over the stone area, and for this we're going to use a base color from Army Painter Green Skin. This is the same color as the Citadel Warpstone Green, so you can use both color exchangeably. Later we will layer this green with a more pastel color to give a little glow up to this area. And here it is, the current state of the bases. We have covered most of the area with the main color and also put washes dreadful visage on these Tyranids corpses, and later we will back into the spaces to give more onto the details on the fang, also eyes, and give more edge highlight and rimming onto the base. Now let's continue with the main miniature first. Now we will put the basic default red color for the blood angels, which is the mapstone red bases. We'll just give a quick cover onto most of the red area and put the detail later. For the cloak part, we will use layer color Karakstone to give a brown, light brown impression. So give this not very white cloak color more and give more impression of rough and dirty cloak. For the more detailed part, especially for the belt, which is rather concealed than the other parts, I'm going to color this using a pattern black. This will be the last part before we assemble all the, the modular parts into one. And now this is the current result after we assemble all the parts. You can see that there's still a white patch on the red area and also the beige cloak. So we will later put a secondary layer to keep the red color more uniform and smoother on the surface of the red and beige area. And now for now we will use Ready Putter Armor Gold to color the rim of the pauldron and also some of the heraldry part. In the next part, we will use Administratum Gray layer to apply the color on the sigil, on the shoulder, and also on the knee part. And for next, I will use red bone bases to color all the skull parts which on all over the body. And then I will use Runelord breast base to color the ammunition on the bolt pistol. And this is the current stage of our painting work. We've already covered most of the main areas with the basic colors, and we will continue next on the edge highlighting and also putting more details on the smaller parts area and also rimming on the base. First, we will use corn red bases to color the gemstone on the leg side and also on the shoulder side. And next we will use shade paint to give darker colors to the recess area, starting from the raglan fleshed glows to wash over the gold metallic area. For the wash on the red metallic armor, I will use soft tone from Army Painter because this has less pigment and so uh, won't leave a patchy mark on the surface of the armor. Gonna thin this down a little bit. I also use Agrax Earthshade to give a darker color to the ammunition area, the ammunition part, and also since Agrax Earthshade give more darker patchy, more dark patch, this will give a matte look on the used ammunition, so give a look of a burn and already used bullet. For the shield on the left shoulder, I'm going to divide it into 4 sections of black and red color. And next we will apply the decal one by one, starting from the Blood Angel heraldry, place on the right side pauldron, and then later we will continue to the shield on the right and left side. And now we've almost reached the end of our video, and there's still 2 major parts we need to finish on, and that is the hilt of the sword and also the face and the head of the ace of this unit. So for now we will do painting on the hilt of the sword, and for this we're going to use a layer paint Gehenna's gold to give it a similar gold as the rim of the pauldron itself. And here you can see the final result of my face painting. Okay, it's not totally perfect, there's still a lot of flaw here, especially on the eyes part, because I don't have the necessary tools to tip the black pupil of the eyes. So I guess there's still a lot of things to be done over these faces, but I think it's enough for now. And now we're finally done with all the major coverage, and we can now continue to the finishing part, that is to do some highlighting and also some of the smaller detail all over the minis itself. For the glow on the sword, I'm using Hydra Turquoise from the Army Painter. Gonna apply this on the on the sign, wording sign on the side of the sword, and also on the notes next to the notes. And next, for the cloak, I'm going to apply gradation color using paint blade brown over the darker, more enclosed area. Previously, we've already used karak stone to cover the overall area, which is more lighter compared to the paint blade brown. And finally and lastly, we will put a pattern flag on the rim of the base to close the work on this miniature.